Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for March the 4th, 2025, Nighttime Edition. Hope everybody's having a good evening. I should have spent my day working on Omegas, but no, I had to go to the gym, which was an adventure. Good evening, Rachel. By the way, good evening, Chosen. How's everybody doing? You're all so quiet tonight. I was on Saturday and just kind of a spur of the moment thing. It was so quiet. Nobody was in chat. Nobody was in game. It's like people have a social life. What the heck? I have Star Trek Online because I don't have a social life. Let's see, what shall we do today? Ooh. Undine ships, blech. Herald ships, ugh. Voth ships, ugh. Well, Herald ships could be doable. Yeah, I had the weirdest thing with internet today, Chosen. My phone was telling me my internet was down, so I came up to play on the computer, and Mr. Internet is very happy. Go back down and look at the router. The router says everything's good. Come back up, my phone's going, nope, 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 nope. Computer's going, yeah, we're fine. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see. And there's my note that we're going live, only 12 minutes after I start the show. Good. Good, good, good. Well, let's see. What am I running here? What ship have I got going here? I have a new ship, so I suppose we could play with this one. I suppose we could go burn through some of this stuff. Let's get down to ESD and get rid of some of this junk and go out and maybe run some patrols. If anybody's interested, we can do some whatever the heck you guys want to do. I did get my prizes yesterday. Yesterday? This morning. And no, have I opened them? Nope. Yeah, come on. Absolutely. Let me clean up a little inventory here so I've got some room for prizes.
I feel so ignored.
Do I actually care? No, I don't. Oh, I guess that's good enough. A few more things to get rid of here. Do I care about any of this? Maybe I do care about some of that. Probably not, though. And since they keep giving us party horns, I'm going to guarantee these things aren't worth anything. Well, in years past, because the anniversary horns haven't been a particularly amazing present, but you'd have to get it on all of your tunes to have it. You could get a fair amount of money for them. Now they're going for 5 credits each. Yes. That is not impressive. By the way, I did get the Breen ship. I wonder if that's going for anything either. Let's see. Seriously, we don't want to go up there? There we go. Ooh! Yep, it's gone down since this morning. Well, maybe I'll just hang on to it. Alright, those are all cleaned up. Invitation is sent. Do you have a taste for anything, Rachel? Want to do some patrols and level a ship? Would you like to do some TFOs? Does anybody need to do anything for the event? Excuse me. Oh, that's the Garrett. Okay. So I'm just going from oldest to newest. So I just did the Rizian Corvette. That's the one I've got going right now. And just working my way up the list here. Got a ways to go. You're just here to support. Fine. I'm going to say let's do Juju. How about Wanted Argala on Advanced? Does that work for you? Oops, no. Somehow I hit Elite. Definitely not Elite. Definitely not Elite. So Wanted Argala on Advanced. Okay, I'm launching. You might be able to do Elite, but if I'm in there with this ship, which is basically everything that came out of the box on it, we're going to be here for a while. We were doing what were we doing? We were doing Guillotine on Advanced with a team that probably shouldn't have been doing Guillotine on Advanced, and it took 30 minutes. WC, long time no chat. WC and I were just discussing the adventures of our family members on horses and or camels. Well, you'll have to launch yourself because it's a patrol and I can't bring you over here. So I'll give everyone fair warning. I was really good in martial arts class yesterday. It was just me and Grandmaster, and we were working on a specific attack, which was a roundhouse punch, which is a big, like John Wayne type punch. And I have what I consider to be a really good defense against it, which was really good, and I wound up doing a hip check and throwing him. Unfortunately, he kind of slid down my leg as he was hitting the ground, and I have just shredded. No, you have to launch yourself, Rachel. It's a patrol. I can't launch you in a patrol. You have to do it. Anyway, so my left leg's a mess, but it's better today, so I guess it's not broken. I can pull you into a TFO. I can't pull you into a patrol. There we go. Welcome aboard.
You have entered an error.
Deputized, yada yada yada
Looks
yada.
like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. Concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quietly.
I wouldn't mind an upgrade weekend this upcoming weekend. It won't be an XP, it won't be dilithium. It won't be R&D, they just did that. So I guess that kind of leaves upgrades.
And surrender to the Benton Guard.
Trying to think what else we could have coming up.
Sensors
Maybe
are
nothing.
picking up small habitation in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with Volvo's temporary hideout.
I did the same thing, WC. First time I tried archery, I just destroyed myself. Same concept, except this was with a human being instead of with a bowstring. But it was such a good takedown. I was so proud of myself. Because a lot of times the throw works spectacularly well because the other person isn't expecting it.
We do what we want, where we want. Picked up a Type D transmission on a new frequency. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance. I'm taking you with me. That's got them.
Well,
Excellent.
yay.
We'll send over a pacification party and take the suspect into custody.
Let's see what that did for this.
Thank you for your assistance. We have the
Well, this ship has basically got just whatever's equipped with the ship when you get it. Well, fine. That unlocked the whole thing. Great. Cool. Let's go get a different ship.
I feel so ignored.
So I finally started actually working on the ship builds book, which is kind of generic because if I said, oh, you need to do this, 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 and this by the time the book got published, even if it took a few days, it would have changed again. So I'm not sure who you would put here in my 8-person humanoid character list from Star Trek if I were taking 8 people on an away mission that we expected to be a conflict. Who would you take in an 8-person humanoid character list from Star Trek for a mission where you expected to be a conflict? By conflict, do you mean personal conflict? Or do you mean like pew-pew conflict? Let's see. Let's go in here. We did that one already. Oh, goodness. Didn't realize I had this much stuff. Boy, I cannot type today. There we go. Let's see. Human part is basically just to say can't cheat with data or Odo. Okay. Well, you said humanoid, then they're both humanoid. Like a firefight on an alien planet that could last weeks. No, no, no. WC, it's not Loaxana who counts as 8 humanoids. That would be Wayun. Firefight. Good questions. Good questions, Elite. What have I got there? Yep. Let's go grab the next one. Inline. What is our next ship to go do? The Alachi Kulash. All right. It's annoying they have to go all the way to DS9 to equip a ship, but at least it goes quickly. Let me in. The Savannah. What am I fighting with here? Launchy beams. Ooh, 2 crescent waves. Okay. Let's ready that one up. Ah, there we go. Excuse me. Take that one. All right. Are these not the same? Yes, they are. There we go. Yes, that does sound like a joke there. Cisco, Kira, Miles O'Brien. I was thinking about Miles O'Brien, Dr. Mabenga, Chakotay, Malcolm Reed, Worf, and Saru. Saru? Yeah, but Worf can't hit anything with a gun. Yeah, Rachel, that'd be great. I'd love to burn through these ships and just get them done so I can go and play with a good ship. So yeah, if you want to switch out, that'd be awesome. Let's see, but it's got to be humanoid. What about Shax? He'd be fun. No worries. Let's see. That's a really good question. Maybe Martok, because he's got attitude plus. Yeah, I agree with O'Brien. He was actually one of the thoughts I was having, probably my first thought. Yeah, but you're probably going to have to carry me if we go through E. Absolutely. Give me a sec here. There you go. Thank you. All right, this one would be, what's our next one in the list here? How about 9th Rule Elite, per your request. And I'm launching for 9th Rule Elite. Kira and Chakotay have the guerrilla warfare experience, and Chakotay can double as captain if Cisco goes down. Actually, Kira could as well, in my
Looks like
opinion.
there was
She's
a
a very
fight
good leader.
recently.
Good to see we
And she has absolutely
Sorry.
no Fs to give, so yeah.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Doc Jude, Joel True to
Lead
you
the
too.
way. Sure
Welcome
got them
aboard.
up. Reading a
We
single
will let
Ferengi
us do this
vessel.
thing.
We're
Reed
on
is
our
trained in
track.
security, but
50
more
close.
importantly, his experience with explosives and such. Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the setting for explosives. The hand-to-hand, I would hope, would be more of what you're going for. But if you're just going in for pew-pew,
Orions and Ferengi working together? Yeah, this will end well.
no, I think here's a good choice. Not anti-Reed, though.
Dirty work for us. Attitudes build.
I've been doing unwanted guests so much this week because so quick. What about old school? Anybody from TOS that you'd take with? So I would actually consider Scotty, because in a pinch, when things go wrong, I think he's got more capabilities to get things figured out and do workarounds more than we see with a lot of other characters.
Deal's changed, Ferengi. Those spores will be ours now.
Spock wouldn't be trying to find ways around having to do pew-pew. But if you're considering Kira, what about Ro Laren? She definitely is a person who will do what needs to be done to get the goals accomplished. Let's see, Miles has the most combat missions in Trek, though plus he works with human Cardassian tech, so it'd be great for random fixes. Okay, that's a really good point. That's my argument for Scotty.
You're in my way. Get lost or die. Your choice.
Yeah, there is a lot of inferred backstory for Ro, but if I remember my Star Trek trivia correctly, Ro Laren was supposed to be in DS9, and she didn't want to do it, so that's how they developed the Kira character. And correct me if I am wrong on that one. Of course, do we have an obligation to make it Federation people? What about Garrick? Oh yay, I'm a pirate. I don't know what oh, 100 Nausicaans, okay. The Romulan captain from the chase is a great option. Yeah, actually he is.
They're down to a few ships. Keep up the pressure.
Well, Garrick, I think, is a character who has good experience, especially in possibly more subterfuge type situations. Good evening, Mar Hawkman.
Yo.
How are you doing?
I recently did a think about the whole thing with the chase, because I was doing the whole like video breakdown of the pieces of the story.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's a very interesting thing that they mention in the story as being a key plot point gets glossed over and you don't notice the first time you watch the episode. How long had that Romulan captain been paying attention to the chase?
Let us see. Blah, 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 blah. What is the captain's name?
Well, that's just it. It's actually an unnamed character, technically.
It is.
Just Romulan captain.
Romulan captain, yeah.
It's one of those things that they could have easily just like had Picard refer to him by name in that one final scene or what have you, but they didn't do that. But anyway,
that took us to just shy of 4 on that one. Yeah, I would go with Garrick, definitely.
The interesting thing with the Romulan captain, though, is that his explanation of how he knows so much about what's going on is that his warbird had been cloaked, shadowing the good doctor for weeks before Picard found out anything was going on.
Yeah.
And then he'd apparently been stealing the doctor's notes by intercepting and having his crew decrypt his subspace transmissions.
Was that in the plot? I don't remember that part.
It's kind of thrown in as a one-liner towards the end. You don't actually see him because, budget. Hey, that's an invisible thing. Obviously, you're not going to actually have the viewers at home see the invisible warbird off in the distance, but that was actually his explanation that he gives at the end of it for how he knows so much about what's going on, is that by having his Dederidex cloaked, he was just listening in on everyone's subspace transmissions about the chase and copying everyone's research notes.
But with Galen the way he is, I'm surprised he wouldn't have been, hiding them, doing something. Rachel, how about Rachel and Search? How about Rescue and Search, Rachel? Suppression 3 doesn't stop death even when stacked with other defense. My aggro is seriously strong. Okay. It is Rescue and Search, and I am launching.
Well, part of the reason why I was mentioning this is that the more you think about that one-liner explanation of how he knows so much about what's going on, the more questions you ask. It's like, wait a second. If he's been assigned to this mission for that long, who in the Romulan High Command told him to do this? And why?
Well, the thing with Romulans is, in canon, though they shouldn't do it, they sometimes act very independently of the, hey, if nobody else knows I'm going to do this, we're fine doing this type thing. If it turns out really well, it looks great. If it turns out badly, well, nobody's going to know we were doing this.
Yeah, because my thought on that is that it's entirely possible that his actual mandate was to investigate this Federation archaeologist and figure out what the Federation archaeologist is up to. Because part of the reason why Picard got involved was because the good doctor didn't have a proper starship,
Right.
so he needed other people to take him places,
Right.
including places outside Federation space.
Right.
So that's apparently why the Cardassians, the Iridians, and the Romulans knew about it, is that this guy had been going to a lot of places outside
That
Federation
rift's
space.
unstable. We
Yep.
need to hurry, or those ships
Subtle as a bag of hammers.
Klingon vessels are warping.
The interesting thing about this one, and something that I personally have a lot of questions about, is that at one point in the episode, an Iridian ship is apparently trying to kidnap the Doctor and steal his research notes. The
Yeah.
Iridians, we later find out, were hired by the Cardassians, who are in this episode represented by Gul Osset, who
Yes.
is a memorable character for her rather pragmatic approach towards dealing with Klingons. Namely, you talk to the Klingons, you ask them to give you all of their secrets, and then after they give you their secrets, you shoot them in the back and leave them to die.
That's the Romulan way of life.
No, this was a Cardassian.
Yeah, but it's the Romulan way of life. They learn from us.
That's one less rift to work
Anyway,
with.
though.
Let's regroup with Kumarkin.
Wasn't Osset played by Linda Thorson? Or was that somebody else? I remember she was in that.
Maybe. The name sounds familiar.
Klingons are
I know she was in the episode, I just don't remember if that was her. Brownie points if you know who Linda Thorson is.
Well, believe it or not, there's only two major female characters in this one that aren't main cast. The other of which is the same person who played the female changeling in
Yeah.
DS9.
Salome Jens, or Jens. I don't know how you
Yes.
say her last name. Yeah.
She played the ancient humanoid.
Right. It's kind of the face we see on the,
Changeling, anyway. Yeah.
yeah, and the one we see in game too.
Yeah, because like the whole like ancient humanoid thing, there's only one time they're ever shown in canon, so the devs just copied that.
Yeah, of course they did. Let's see, equally I didn't like the Praetor. Her character was not good in terms of acting, in terms of being a Romulan lead. Oh, I died. Sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention, Rachel. My bad. Oh, I'm damaged too.
But well, what I was personally pondering about it was something rather interesting to me.
Yeah.
This being, if Picard hadn't shown up to save the professor from the Iridians, would the Romulan guy have just let the Iridians blow his ship up, or would he have, done something?
Ooh, good question.
Because
Well-
the Romulan guy apparently has the backing of his government to find out what the heck this guy is doing, and has
Yeah.
been working on it for quite a while.
No, that's a
Well, Lex,
really
there's
good
the-
question. I don't think he would have let him blow up the ship. Because if there was anything of interest, that would have been lost as well.
Yeah, it's like my thought would be that the Romulan would likely have done something like beaming him off his shuttle before the Iridians blew it up, and making it look like the Iridians killed him.
Yeah, but Romulans aren't always that subtle. They might have just blown up the Iridians.
It depends on whether or not he wants something the Iridians have.
Yes, but if it's a choice between he gets the information and he takes a chance of the Iridians getting the information, I think that's an easy answer.
Yeah. If you want to eliminate witnesses, yeah, that is very much a thing. Would he consider the Iridians someone worth eliminating for that reason? Good question. Definitely something worth pondering. And honestly, that's the sort of thing that made this episode interesting for me, is like, this is a case of you actually literally have 5 different groups of people fighting over an archaeological mystery. And the writers didn't actually show each of them for a large amount of screen time, because
Yeah.
there's just too many people to cram onto the screen. And with the Romulans, we literally only see them for the last like 5 to 10 minutes of the episode. But I don't know. It was neat how they had contrasting goals and methods.
Yeah, but that's what made it an interesting episode. Lexer says, why not all of them? I'm not quite sure what the question refers to, Lexers. I think the Romulans wouldn't have hesitated to kill the Iridians if they thought there was a chance that the Iridians would gain information they would not get.
Yeah, that probably.
Yeah.
But if he actually had copies of everything that the Doctor had compiled up until that point, I mean, the Romulan captain did actually threaten to kill several people later in the episode.
Yeah.
He actually brings a full away team with him, armed with disruptor pistols to hold people at gunpoint.
I remember that. Let's see. So, Elite, I'm thinking it would be Garrick, Rowe, oh, that's fine, Rachel. It was fine, Pew Pew. Hang on a second. Let's see how Pew Pew the Pew Pew was. It was good enough. Hang on a second. I'll switch over. So I've got Garrick Rowe. Who else would I take along with me if I was going to go on something where I needed to be creative, innovative, potentially hardcore? Well, Rachel, I'll give you another chance after I figure out what my 8 would be. Who else would I take along? This is challenging.
I don't remember the name, but there was actually a Romulan doctor brought up in one of the episodes who sounded like it would be an interesting character to have for a crew on a ship. I think there's just a lot of Romulan characters in general at this point in Star Trek. So.
I'm going through my list. Anybody from Voyager? Definitely not bringing Neelix with me. Can't take the Doctor because he doesn't meet the criteria. Anybody from Enterprise? Unfortunately, with the exception of Reed, there's not a lot of characters I would take with in that situation.
Well, Juulo, being an assassin who likes to use toxins and stuff like that, understanding how the toxins work is kind of important.
Yeah, but it is for what's going to be basically a fight, potentially a fight. Who else would I take with? Got 7. I need one more.
One of the Romulans who was the boarding party that took over the what was that? The multi-vector ship. I forget what its name was called.
I don't know.
Prometheus.
Juwola. Juwola. That is an excellent choice. That makes my last one. So I've got Garrick, Rowe, Scotty, Martok, Miles, McCoy, Shax, whatever he is, and Tendi. No problems, Rachel. I'm going to equip the next ship, so perfect timing. Let's see what's next on the list here. Next on my list of ships is the Farang Dreadnought Cruiser. Oh, probably ought to get rid of some of the stuff while I'm at it. Picked up a lot of things there.
You know, one thing I thought of earlier this week, and I need Discord chat to coordinate it properly. It occurred to me that remember how I said that there is that one thing where you choose path A or path B, where one of them you go through the living quarters area
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
look at the side stuff, and the
Right.
other one is just a single empty hallway.
Right.
Well, you under normal circumstances can't open both doors. However, if you have two players doing it who do the interact simultaneously, then it will open both doors. What I was thinking of is like that the class specific objectives. I wonder if you could do those the same way. It's like when you get to the part where you actually like hit the consoles for the class specific stuff, like
Yeah.
simultaneously pushing the buttons. Would that do something different than the regular?
We've
way? I
tried
don't
and we
know.
can't make it happen.
Oh well.
It seems no matter how much you try to hit him at the same moment, it's not letting you do that.
Yeah, so something that's been bugging me about that mission is just that having those objectives like that feels like there's more than just flavor text to make it a slightly different way to get to the job done. And yeah, can't seem to find a way to actually get all of the buttons pushed for myself either.
Let's see, let's get these things off of here.
Mindy is a bit of an odd character because after having her in the show for several seasons, she ended up being a little on the omnicompetent side.
Omnicompetent. That's an interesting turn of phrase.
Because, well, it's just one of those things where he's just like, it's a character who does whatever the person writing the story wants them to. So, like, one episode, she's helping Ta'ana in medical bay and doing, emergency surgery as a assistant, not as the primary surgeon, but as an assistant helping Ta'ana with emergency surgery. And then in another episode, she's studying at weird tech stuff somewhere.
You make that sound like a bad thing.
Well, it's one of those things where when you look at it from the perspective of someone writing a tabletop RPG, you watch the character in the show do things, and then you, in the back of your mind, sit there trying to make a list of what the character's skill point allocation would be on their character sheet. Oh well, it's just one of those things. It's just like certain kinds of storytelling don't really care. Certain kinds of storytelling, you have reason to pay attention to this sort of thing. Oh well.
Yep. I think Miles is a good choice. Alright, I've got a new ship here. Good enough new ship. Okay, Rachel, what are we going to go do? Let's see what's out there for patrols. Wanted Argala is back. Shall we go take that one? Give me one sec here. I got new glasses and my headphones hit them at exactly the wrong spot, so they're getting mashed into my head. Alright, Wanted Argala on Elite Rachel.
Cisco and Chakotay is something that I think would make an interesting character dynamic in a TV show.
No, I like Martok because Martok refuses to lose. Even when he loses, he doesn't lose. He's just not there to lose. Rachel, do you want to de-ouchify yourself before we start? You got some major ouchies on there. There we go. All right. Woo! You know, if I was a lot smarter, I would have put one of the XP boosts on. Gosh darn it, what was I thinking? Oh, and this thing handles like a brick.
You have entered an area controlled by the Bentham Guard. Our scans
Well, give me some
indicate your
evasive
ship is
maneuvers.
armed
There we
and
go.
operational.
You just
have
joined us.
demonstrated your ability to assist in an ongoing operation. You are now my
Oh, it's Death. Hi, Death. How are you
Looks
doing?
like our fight got them
Good,
to
how are you?
notice us.
Doing good.
Let's
Rachel
go
and
over
I are
ask if their boss
taking
likes
on
our
the, who are these guys? The Kazon.
Ah,
As I'm going through leveling some of my ships. I have 52 tunes. Each one has got at least 10 ships they haven't leveled, and most of them have got closer to 100 ships they haven't leveled. I'm trying to get some of this work done. Oh, absolutely, Dante. The more the merrier.
sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
I have all of our work cut out for me.
Separate them.
I'm
Whittle down their numbers.
getting back there a little bit. Yeah, no, Taz has been teasing me about getting this done, so fine. Fine. We'll just do this. Unless somebody's got something they'd rather play, which I'm happy to do. Let's see, my squad is tanky with both Martok and Shax. I suspect there would be some aggression with a squad like that trying to get into hand-to-hand. No, I'll kill him. No, I'll kill them. No, I want him. And the opposite side is going, we're just gonna step back here.
Or if it's Romulans, take a moment to set up the Thaleron device and then leave the room.
Oh, Scotty's job. The question about why Tendy's sneaky. Tendy is very sneaky. If she has to do something, she can get ticked off and do it as sneaky as anybody else.
To the Bentham Guard.
Versus, just face-to-face brutal hand combat. No. She'll do the sneaky stuff.
Possibly consistent with Volthol's temporary hideout.
Yeah, she's definitely the whole the dishonorable fight is the one you lose kind of person.
Mm-hmm. Which is actually kind of the reason I like having Ro in there. Let's see, from what you had there. Did you have Kira in your group? That's up higher on my page. Yeah, you had Kira, so Kira and Ro would be the duplicates for me, because they could be the same character. And, maybe Ro and Tendy gets a little duplicative. Mm-hmm. Or somebody called it today duplicative, and I'm thinking, no, that's not how we say that word. Yeah, Tendy and Garrick, that would be a good combo.
Unless Garrick decides that he'd really rather not trust someone who is a actual Orion pirate. I guess that would be a conditional thing, though.
I think he can be pragmatic when he has to be. Oh man,
It's he would trust her under certain circumstances.
Oh god, I want to level this ship so bad just so I don't have to fly it anymore. Ugh. Man. Yeah, I don't know that I want a Maquis on my team.
Yeah, Maquis have that whole questionable loyalty thing. It's like you never can be 100% sure that they're not going to throw a grenade at someone just because they don't like that person.
Mm-hmm. Ro and Kira weren't Maquis.
Speed.
They were Bajoran resistance fighters who kind of were Maquis. Before Maquis was defined as Maquis.
The way that they define the whole Maquis thing, TNG and DS9 don't actually have Maquis as we know them from Voyager.
Correct, yeah.
There's certain TNG episodes that deal with concepts and things that are similar to what Voyager used as the Maquis shtick, but in the TNG episodes, these people were defined as being straight up evil.
What? The Maquis or the...
Oopsie.
It's Musin. Hi, Musin. Oh, good, we're done with that one.
Hey, Mom. I'm a bit late, I see.
Well,
Just a little.
well, one of them, they had a thing where
And welcome to this sector.
it's kind of loosely mentioned. It's not really like the focus of the episode. It's something that's used as a excuse for plot to happen. But it was
We have the suspect in custody.
terrorists who just were enemies of the Federation because they were trying to sabotage the Federation's peaceful relations with other races.
Wait.
Okay, in canon, let's see. The Maquis, otherwise known as the Maquis Resistance, was a resistance group that consisted of Federation-born colonists and discontented Starfleet officers who organized against the Cardassian occupation of their homes in the demilitarized zone after their colonies were ceded to the Cardassian Union by Federation Cardassian blah 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 blah. But technically, the Bajoran resistance fighters are a different group.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they're not they're not Federation.
Another thing to remember about the Maquis, though, is when was that treaty signed?
Let's see.
In universe, it was before the first episode of TNG.
2366 was the ceasefire between the Federation and Cardassia. Blah, blah, blah. Really doesn't give a date, but mid 2360s.
Yeah, it's like it basically just like predates all of TNG. It's like that was the status quo of Federation Cardassian relations in TNG was after that treaty was signed.
By the way, hi Exismer, thank you so much for the cheers. I appreciate them. And yes, it is gorilla, not gorilla, but it makes for a much more interesting statement when it's gorilla. Chakotay was Maquis. Kira and Ro were Bajoran resistance fighters. Yeah, they both do have the same kind of warfare experience, but the political drivers are somewhat different.
Yeah, like loyalty was a big deal. It's like with Eddington, for example. Eddington was someone you could categorize as Maquis. I'm not sure he was really a Maquis in the same sense Chakotay was, but he was a guy who wanted to stick it to the man, with the man being the Cardassian Union.
Okay, that's a really good way to put it, yeah.
And he didn't really have loyalty to the Federation. He just wanted to kill Cardassians.
Rachel, thank God that ship's done. Whew! That one fast, thank you very much. Let's get a ship that functions better than that one does. Ugh. That was awful. Kinmer Alliance battle cruiser, yes, much better. Much better. It's a Taz! Hiya, Taz.
Yeah.
Hey.
I just woke up.
You just woke up?
Oh, that's what you get when you're playing so many video games, huh?
Let's
You wasn't
go.
playing video games?
Did you make that sound like a bad thing?
I was playing role play games with some friends, so you know, I stayed away from the video games for 2 days.
All right, let me get rid of some of this junk here. 'Cause I got way too much stuff, and all that I can reclaim later, so who cares? Come on, you lovely ladies.
Yeah, did I just see a comment of somebody saying, yeah, Elite said that Kira was Maquis?
Well, that was the
No.
discussion. Were Kira and Ro Maquis, and that's where we got
Ro,
into our...
yes. Kira, no.
technically they're both Bajoran
No,
resistance fighters because it predates.
Kira is Bajoran resistance, which is different from the Maquis. The
Right,
Maquis
that's what we were
the
saying.
settlers around the border, and Kira was never
Right, but the
part
thing
of
is,
that.
the Maquis, as they are defined in Voyager, is not the same thing as the resistance fighters that we see in TNG.
Kira who?
A new wave of Mirror Universe ships is coming through.
Yeah,
Your operation.
actually, the Maquis get formed during TNG? No?
Not
Not
exactly.
according to canon, they don't know.
Well, I
the-
do remember the TNG episode where the Maquis have formed, and they're sending Picard Ro so that Ro can facilitate communications. Now, I also know that Miles O'Brien fought in the.
No.
No,
See-
hang on. I also know Miles O'Brien fought in the conflict that was happening in the
Yeah, that was before
colony
TNG.
zone. So, if you then go back to the Cardassian Federation War, that is probably pre-TNG.
Well, yeah, we knew that already. Because like that's what defines the status quo of Federation Cardassian relations in all of TNG.
But the Maquis don't actually form until after the Federation goes and settles for a peaceful accord. The Maquis are the people upset about the terms of that decision, where they suddenly have their planet be in Cardassian space instead of Federation, and vice versa. And the Cardassians just don't like do half measures when they're evicting you.
Okay, according to this, la 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 la.
But I'm wondering about the actual like founding of the Maquis might have happened during the first season of TNG still.
No, the Maquis were
And not
founded in the second
before.
season of DS9, according to who is saying that? That's Hammer 2016. Maquis formed in season 2 of DS9, and the Maquis are basically Starfleet and Federation people.
Hang on. But isn't that like season 4 of TNG?
Not
Like time-wise, right?
There are things that get brought up in TNG with people who are unhappy with the Federation Cardassian Treaty.
right.
They're never called the Maquis.
No, when Ro Laren shows up in the
Right, Rolaren, when she first comes in, had defected from Starfleet to join the Maquis, but winds up back in Starfleet. But is that Maquis the same Maquis that we see in Voyager? Yes, it's the same name, but I think their decision on what it is has changed from one to the other, because what Ro is, when you go back and you see her make the decision, go back and join them, she's going back specifically because of her ties to the Bajoran homeworld. So that's more of that Bajoran resistance, but somewhat Maquis.
Yeah.
Also, in the case
former-
of Ro Laren, Ro actually seemed to think that her former terrorist friends were loose cannons that need to be brought under control.
Well, that's the difference between Kira and the Bajoran Maquis members. The Bajoran Maquis members are former Bajoran resistance fighters who joined the Maquis' cause. Because I do remember the first ever episode with the Maquis showing them as basically a sort of a Native American tribal. Like
That was one specific group of people that had been displaced by the treaty.
That was technically the original group, and
No,
those
those people weren't
fighters who didn't agree with the peace that Bajor had and wanted to keep fighting the Cardassians joined the Maquis.
Now, are we?
The,
We're
the,
not
the, the
talking.
people on the Native American planet
That's a whole
were
different thing.
never a member of the Maquis.
No.
They actually chose to become Cardassian citizens as a result of deciding that they would rather live as Cardassian citizens than relocate.
So that's a little bit different.
They were, by definition, that means they're not going to be Maquis because they're doing what the Cardassians tell them to do.
And they might be anti-Federation, but they're... Yeah, they don't fit into either category.
They're not going to do terroristic stuff because of being unhappy. They're going to sit down and do whatever peaceful stuff they're doing on their planet.
Yeah, so that's kind of an outlier for the rest of this. Rachel, if you need to switch to a different ship, just let me know. Otherwise, Dante will be joining us in a minute too, so as soon as he's done, we'll grab him. Let me jump back and see what else I can find up here. No. So I think they kind of... Thank you, Satalia. Sorry. No problem. Satalia is doing a play on the "a moose once bit my sister" thing. Okay, Elite says, my stance is that Ro, Chakotay, and Eddington are all Maquis. I'm definitely going to go with Chakotay, possibly Eddington, and not Ro. I think
Eddington was definitely a terrorist, that's for sure.
I think Ro was a freedom fighter of her own type.
Yeah,
And she went in...
Ro doesn't become Maquis until she leaves the Enterprise.
No. She was Maquis before. Before she joins the Enterprise, remember?
No, she gets sent to the Enterprise because her connections with the Bajoran Resistance can get her inside with the Maquis. That was the whole introduction of Ro. She wasn't Maquis before that introduction. She joins the Maquis because of, like, the seeds that get sown in that first episode. And, yeah, they bring that full circle in Picard when Ro shows up. And she, like, blames Picard for a bit for how things turned out back then. Because he just didn't understand. Not her point of view, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
No, I think it was time reference with the Bajoran Resistance, and then, like, she hooks up with the Maquis because she gets her foot in the door in that first episode.
Right. So the episode where she actually defects is Preemptive Strike, wasn't it? It was in season 7, I think. Yeah, season 7.
Yeah, when she leaves and joins, when she leaves the Enterprise permanently, that's when she joins the Maquis officially. But before that, she was just a sympathizer because of her history as a Bajoran resistance fighter.
So how does she get back into Starfleet in the end? Because she's obviously in Starfleet.
Because apparently she never gave up being an agent for Starfleet either, and like just didn't have that rapport with Picard. And
Laren's story is basically that because she's a Bajoran, it's plausible for her to either be a terrorist or a Starfleet officer, and thus she can kind of sort of switch her identity between the two, and just like, pretend that whichever one.
The way they make it seem in Picard is that she gave up that mentorship that Picard was trying to give her because he didn't understand her feelings about the situation, and that's why she went off to join the Maquis, but she never technically left Starfleet. She just became the spy that she was meant to be when she was introduced.
Oh, I
One
think
of
Picard understood all too well. He just didn't want her to do it.
One of the book series actually has Ro Laren as an agent of Starfleet intelligence.
I almost thought you were going to say an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I was going to use it. We have room for one more person if somebody wants to play some patrols or stuff with us. I'm good with it.
Invite.
Taz, are you in?
Invite. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just didn't see you in the game earlier. There you go, Taz. No, I think Picard figured at some point that asking her to go infiltrate the Maquis was not his best request ever. I mean, it's something he had to do, but he knew what the ending was going to be. Does anybody have a preference? Do we want to do patrols? Do we want to do TFOs?
Yeah, I don't really care. Go
Anybody
pew, pew.
All
care?
disconnected.
Well, it's
Borg disconnected. God darn
not
you, Taz.
It's not Picard who asked that, right? That Ro infiltrates the Maquis.
Does somebody...
It's Starfleet that asked that of her. And she has, like, moral objections, and that's why she opens her mouth and lets Picard in on the plans of Starfleet of using her as a spy.
Boy, I have to go
That's
back and
all in
watch that
that
one.
Yeah, that's all.
But
in
I
that
think he knew
episode.
from the get-go this was a bad idea. And hoping against hope that she would, just come on back to the team when she was done. But that wasn't going to happen. There you go, Taz. Are you happy now?
Yeah. So, about Kira being Cardassian,
Kira's not Cardassian, is she? Am I losing my mind? Kira's Bajoran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why
Google
I
Kira
actually,
is Google Kira is Kira Kardashian. You will be surprised.
No. I'm going right, Rachel. Though I have no idea what this ship's going to do. I'm over here with Dante.
Why are we Googling Kira again?
So I actually remember that about the episode where Ro gets introduced because I watched it not a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no, people don't follow all the rules on Twitch, and I don't report them.
There's rules on Twitch?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, speaking of rules,
Allegedly, there's rules.
There's
I'm
allegedly
genuinely not
rules,
sure.
yeah.
did you know that they tried to rob Amaranth at gunpoint in real
I
life?
heard about that, and I've seen a lot of people speculating that it
What
was
happened?
a staged event, and that Amaranth was doing it just to get attention, and that she
okay.
set up the whole freaking
Who's
thing.
Amaranth?
Yeah, that
Someone who
makes
streams on
really
Kick.
Oh.
Because she has gone downhill so hard that her stunts of getting attention, it wouldn't surprise me if she went and started stripping at kindergarten to get more attention.
Wow.
She's a despicable human being, and I hope she dies in our ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
She's also
Let's
got enough
not go
money
there.
to buy HBO.
Taz, let's moderate those comments just a smidgy there.
Yeah, let's. We don't really have a whole lot of stuff we need to say about her. Let's put it that way.
How about we wish her nothing good?
Nothing nice to say. So.
I wish she stays away from me.
There. What was it that Eleanor Roosevelt said? If you can't say something nice about somebody, come over and sit next to me.
No, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh well.
So I have no idea who this person is, which tells you what. My Twitch is super limited.
Have you heard of people referred to as e-thoughts?
Nope.
Well, yeah, they're people who do suggestive poses while streaming to get attention.
Oh, that's okay. We don't need to go there.
Yeah, she's that kind of streamer.
Good. Let's not go there. As Lee said, this convo went downhill fast.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. Any conversation involving that person.
That person. Who joined us there? It's a Graz. Hi, Graz.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy. How you doing?
Doing okay at the moment. You?
I've had better weeks. See if we can get these last two over here. Come on. Here's one. Got our 15. Okay, we got our 15. Yay! So how's life in the Graz planet? Are you getting the bad weather over there? The blizzards?
No.
Okay. I mean, everything I read is, oh, blizzards, blah, 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 and I'm looking out there and we've got, pitter-patter of rain.
Here, we actually had two different squalls pass through town.
Really?
Like heavy rain or moderate rain for an hour or two, and then the sky clears up. I actually had that happen twice today here.
I used to get that a lot in Chicago, but I haven't seen it here.
Yeah, it's something we only rarely have happen here. It's like usually, it gets cloudy and then it rains, but we don't have it get cloudy, uncloudy, raining, clear skies, alternating in the day. That's different.
Oh?
Typical day for me. Somewhat. Yeah, I get weird weather all the time.
Yeah, where you are, yes.
I mean, it's Germany. You should expect that.
No,
it's not Germany.
Oklahoma.
Oh. I don't think we have a German on at the moment.
I did confused with someone else. Your voice sounds like that. I don't know. Anyway.
But yeah, it's like rain, snow, ice, rain, all within one day.
Yep. Well, there's a phrase back in Chicago, which is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It'll change.
Yeah. Same here.
Yep.
Yeah. Where I currently live, it's not that fickle with the weather.
Oh, it's fickle enough here that every Saturday at noon they test the tornado sirens.
Yeah, it's a little different there. Hi, Drunken Heretic. How are you doing? Miami Connection was on again the other day, Drunken Heretic. Wow, there's no bad guys over here. What is going on?
Aw, you killed them all, you monster.
No! Taz is probably killing them all. Let's see. So Elite says, I'm going to ask Ross later which of our 8-person teams... Say that again?
This TFO doesn't work like that. I can't kill everything.
I was joking. I was cognizant that it doesn't work that way. I was just having fun. I'll stop having fun.
How dare.
There, now there's some bad guys over there. So Graz and Drunken Heretic, since you've joined us, Elite was asking what 8-person team would you put together from all of Star Trek for a away team that would probably have to get into some measure of ground pew-pew or small space pew-pew. Without using Odo and Data.
You just ruined half the team right there.
Yeah, no. That's
okay, third team. Yeah, the only one missing there's Worf.
You could call Worf, it's just he doesn't hit anything when he fires at it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He's a stormtrooper.
Okay, leader of the team, Riker.
Okay, that's a good call. Interesting.
I would have to throw... okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
Are they alive at the end?
You can pull anyone you want from history. From Star Trek history.
Okay, the rule that I'll throw in here is they have to be alive at the end of their series.
No.
So in other words, in other words, the relativity's plucking them out of history, right?
Yeah, we can do anything we want to. We'll grab them out of the time travel thingy.
Okay.
Have a ship designed to fight Borg.
For science, I'm going to have to kind of do a toss-up between Seven and Jadzia.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Now, you said 8 people, right?
8 people, yes.
Well, okay. I definitely have to do Worf, because hey, we need some muscle. Yeah, he's kind of a stormtrooper. Keep in mind, stormtroopers actually have good aim.
I'm sorry, I just resaw New Hope. No, they do not have good aim.
No, they were ordered to not. They were ordered to miss.
Is that the argument we're using? Okay.
The argument that we're using is they were ordered to miss, and also at the same time, Obi-Wan Kenobi said only stormtroopers were that precise when they.
Okay, that's a
blew
good.
up.
Yeah, that is a good comment.
So we're if we're doing that, we're basing it off of Obi-Wan, and yeah, he did lie a little bit, but it was more of.
The simplest way to explain that particular thing to me has always been that they were ordered to capture them alive.
Yeah, but so
does that make sense? Not really, but it's if it's what the plot says happened, it's what the plot says happened.
Well, also, if you remember, Tarkin told Vader, I'm taking a chance on releasing them. Is it tracker in place? I may have misquoted that, but essentially they put a tracker on the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
Yeah, they wanted them to escape. Okay, back to the original question.
Yeah, they needed to let them escape because they wanted to find out where the rebel base was, and the only way was going to be by tracking the ship.
Yeah, and if they're dead, they can't tell.
Yes,
tell them
and of course that they have to give them a reason to think that they escaped, rather than being, thrown back.
Yeah. So okay, back to the original question. Worf, we need some muscle.
Right.
The only character that could give Worf any run for his muscle is Odo and Data.
Shax.
Oh. Ooh.
Gosh darn it.
Trying to remember the Elastomorph bodyguard from the Dolphin.
Oh yeah.
No.
But that's kind of a one-off character.
We're all talking over each other.
Yes.
We're all talking over each other.
That's our job, right? I thought that was the job description here.
No, but we're talking about. Are we saying series regulars?
Nope.
Or one-off characters?
Anybody you want. The only thing is humanoid is our catch. So no machines.
Wait, it has to be a humanoid.
Humanoid. So no machines, no data, no holograms. We only have 29 seconds left to get all of.
Okay, so the bodyguard person from the Dolphin wouldn't count because she's. Because like one of mine.
Like.
What was actually to pull Isabella. Isabella was the imaginary friend of Clara Sutter.
Yeah.
It's an energy-based life form that can pretend to be a humanoid when she wants to. And when she doesn't want to, she just turns into a glob of energy that can float through walls.
Okay, so that's up to Elite if he's going to let that one. Satalia says, what about Q?
Voyager, Drone 1.
3 dreadnoughts, but they're attacking one another.
Which one?
This is your chance.
The drone one. The one
Yeah, the not Borg guy.
Oh.
The 29th century.
Yeah.
Borg.
Wow, I'd completely forgotten him.
Pretty much, he's probably a good offensive strongman science guy.
Okay. No, I totally get that one. We can get the queen down in 53 seconds here. Apparently that's a yes. Yay. Did we miss one? Nope, we got them all. I didn't get any accolades for that. What the?
Weird.
I didn't get an accolade.
Okay, so Elite doesn't want to have energy-based life forms because they ruin the fun. Okay then.
Yeah, first of all, some of them have some godlike abilities.
I would not characterize Isabella's abilities as godlike. Far from it. It's actually part of the reason why I find this to be such an interesting character is because, yes, it's an energy-based life form, but it's an energy-based life form that actually has well-defined limits.
Well, I don't mean when what's a godlike? I don't mean they're godlike, but they might have some abilities that a normal person might not have. They're like walking through a wall. Now, in Star Trek, you probably could do that, but Data or Riker could do that, but they would have to have some special tech to do so.
Well, that was good.
Right. I guess. Okay. So this takes out anyone who could, in theory, be considered a super alien. Does that include Betazoids?
No.
No.
Betazoids would be fair.
But Betazoids, we can throw in their USBs. It's
Georgiou.
Yeah, they. Some of them don't have any telepathic ability. Others, like the guy from Tin Man.
Yeah.
Went to the
Tam
other.
Elbrun.
Yeah, thank you, Tam Elbrun.
Yeah, it's when they're born, they have no telepathic ability at all.
I don't know about that one.
No. A normal Betazoid
doesn't develop their abilities until
adolescent.
Right, exactly. Tam Elbrun was the exception, if I remember right. He developed it earlier.
He's not the exception. There are. Think of it this way: a normal Betazoid, kind of like a rolling from Babylon 5 here. There are some Betazoids that are like a P5 or lower. There are the normal Betazoid would probably be P10 to P9 to P11.
I do feel the need to point out at the moment that most people are unfamiliar with the scale that you're using since it comes from the Battlestar Galactica TV series and
Babylon 5.
Babylon. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'll change it up here. Some Betazoids don't have any ability or very low level.
When do I get to answer the question?
Everybody gets a chance.
And but Tam developed his abilities quite early.
Right.
Tam actually at one point in time actually made the claim that he could literally hear the thoughts of everyone on board the entire Enterprise D.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, he pretty much what happened is he never was able to develop the filtering needed.
Right.
When previously, our average Betazoid starts developing their abilities in adolescence, which helps them also. Their mind's starting to mature. They're able to develop filters.
Right. Well,
per se.
as happens with most humans, that we are able to filter conversations as we hear them. But there are children who can't, and it is maddening for them.
And that's kind of what happened to Tam. He couldn't filter at all.
Right.
So, but pretty much that's kind of what I'm saying here.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's wrong. That's kind of Betazoids have a unique ability, but it's not the point. It's there are blocks in place.
We have room for another person. Does somebody want to join us for whatever the heck we're going to do next? Because Rachel has to leave very soon, so we want to do one more while she's still with us.
I'll join.
Okay. Graz, let me send you an invitation here. There you go. Invitation is in the mail.
Thank you.
Rachel, do you have a preference? Fine. Everybody ready?
Punch it.
Oops, hang on. You can't punch it quite. Yes, because Dante is still with us there. There we go. There we go. I had to do it that way. What do I want to play? That would be much more fun. Go.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. This should give you adequate pew-pewiness. Betazoids just read emotion and only from face to face, basically, anyway, right? Not necessarily face to face, but consider close proximity.
One thing that got brought up in TNG in some of the Luoxana Troy.
I think somebody else was talking first. Was that you, Taz?
Is it like, can no one hear me, or is it just walk over?
I couldn't hear you.
Your mic is a little quiet. Better than this morning, though. Let's see if I can do anything. Nope, I've got you up as much as I can. Taz has had some interesting mic issues today.
We're connected on my phone, so there ain't that much I can do about the mic issues.
Okay. This is Talia Tiana from Lower Decks I was thinking of, but I thought in that situation I would actually go for McCoy over Tiana. So knowing the enemy emotion wouldn't be that helpful, I don't think. Maybe she could perceive them nearby or something. Yeah, the bigger issue is if they've got strong negative emotions, she, depending on her qualities, might perceive them a little too much. Yeah, Tiana is... Oh god, yeah, I love her. What a great character. What a good character.
What I was going to say about Betazoids is that they do mention in certain episodes that Betazoids are able to read your mind and actually see what you're thinking. If you're thinking in pictures, it's not just you catching your feelings. Feelings are easy to get from a distance. Getting specific images and thoughts, it takes more precision.
Right, it's the difference between Luoxana, who is a telepath, and Deanna, who is an empath.
And Luoxana was actually just really, really good at reading people's minds.
Yep. I think they are a Betazoid, both empathic and telepathic. It's just Deanna inherited the...
Well, remember, she's only half Betazoid.
They actually make a point of that, saying that Deanna's abilities are not as powerful as her mother's because of that.
Right.
It actually came up in the Karn episode most strongly because the Karn, as a naturally telepathic race, just didn't naturally develop the ability to speak.
Which one are the Karn?
Kirsten
Dunst's ability to take card without his desire was fucking amazing.
It was the episode Kirsten Dunst guest started. The one where
Kirsten Dunst actually technically played 3 different characters in that episode. That was actually a really good role on her part, doing that, because she actually does a decent job of making them different people too.
it's the one where Deanna finds out she had an old sister.
Oh.
See, Kirsten
Kestra.
Dunst in that episode, yes, Kestra Troy, but also Hedril, who is a Karn child who happens to look a lot like Kestra did. So they actually had Kirsten Dunst play both of them, but also there's a third character in there, which is a hallucination in Luoxana's mind.
I remember that one.
That's not really either one of them. It's just Luoxana seeing things that looks kind of sort of like one of the two. But yes, like the Karn. That race, because of the fact that they were naturally telepathic from the beginning of their civilization, they stopped even trying to have a spoken language millennia ago, apparently. Something like that.
Yeah?
That's mine.
Oh, sorry.
And
Fine.
part of the reason for
it was just
for
map or something, because there wasn't any aggressive stuff there.
Fine, I'll stay here and watch this one with my small pew-pew, and you can go around and shoot everything else.
You don't have small pew-pew anymore?
On this one, yeah, this is just another ship we're leveling. We've been leveling ships this evening.
Oh, so you're not on...
I'm not on
You're
Spoiler.
not on Spoiler.
No, this is on Dundee, the one that you and I have been leveling ships on, and Rachel jumped in to help me level ships tonight. And then we started doing this.
Anyways.
I was like, Mom is going to come.
Who's discovering 5?
Say that again, Grass?
Someone activated 5 and left it.
We have a Taz. We don't care. We'll just run over there and fix everything.
Well, the easiest way to do that TFO is actually just like turn all 6 points on, wipe them, and then spawn camp the center area, and don't actually sit at the points. Because the enemies actually spawn in the center next to the platform.
Not necessarily. Some of the adapters will just show up halfway down the line.
Yeah.
Well, only halfway, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, you don't need to, like, sit all the way out there.
No, you don't. But you want to make sure you get the adapters. Let's see. Saru is a 300 IQ pick. He can see far better than humans. He can perceive threats and act as an early alarm. He's super fast if you need a sprinter. I think it comes back down to that's not a bad option to have him on the team because he would fill a certain niche.
That fits into the whole super alien thing, though.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it actually is a good point. Citalia suggests Moopsy.
Also a super alien.
Yeah, hardly. Just really good killer.
But like that's actually what I was getting at with the whole Karn thing, is that Karn telepathy is kind of like data bursts, where a Karn can literally give you like an entire chapter from a book in like 2 seconds as a form of telepathic information transfer. The thing is that humans that kind of gives them a headache if Karn tried to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why Luoxana was in that episode, is because only someone with Luoxana's level of skill with telepathy can actually handle talking to Karn telepathically.
Did we get all 6? All 6, okay.
Yep.
Lead says, I don't know if I'd count Saru in the super alien category. He isn't a god. He doesn't control energy or anything. He can just well and run fast, perceive threats. I would include him personally. It's not strictly human, but that's okay. Fine. It's your game, Elite. If you want to make him eligible, go for it.
If you could represent a faction in Star Trek Online or in Star Trek, which faction would you like to represent?
General
Why?
faction. I'd be
It can
Romulan.
be everything. Bajorans, Cardassians,
I'm Romulan.
Romulans.
Not even a question. Murph. Thank you.
Well, what I would want to add, if I could add a faction as like a starting experience to Star Trek
Not
Online.
that, if you could represent a faction.
Oh, well, I mean, Akamarians would be nice.
Anyone else?
Ferengi. Because I can just be myself.
Ferengi, yeah, Ferengi. Awesome.
No, I can just be myself. So many of the rules of acquisition are just kind of a very Dutch mentality about profit and doing business.
I mean, I'm one of those.
Some of them are like far-fetched, right? Like, but some of them I look at that and go like, yeah, that's the Dutch East India Trading Company, and like, yeah,
yeah, that's a really good point.
That's how we still do some things
Yes, it
today.
is.
And
I mean, a big business really hasn't changed that much in the last 1,000 years.
A little bit, but
I mean, they've changed, obviously,
that
but you know.
changes more since the Industrial Revolution up until now.
See if that did anything. Ooh, we're up to 1.5 now. Woohoo!
Though modern banking and the stock exchange, that was actually the Dutch.
Yes, indeed.
Dutch East India Trading Company set that all up, and we still use those systems today.
Let's see. Lee says, not sure if they would count, but the species that Voyager meets with the portal and all the amazing silks. I don't know that one.
Oh, the one that made the subspace vacuole, I think.
Every faction you like.
No, they just lived in a place that had subspace vacuoles.
Yeah, they had a device that could make a subspace vacuole, but they needed their planet as a sounding board for the particles to make big enough.
You're
portal.
conflating two different episodes.
No, those are the ones that are willing to trade the silks and everything, and they eventually trade stories for that technology.
Subspace vacuoles were not from the planet though. It's like I don't remember the name of the technology. It's like
No, it could create it as I thought it was the subspace vacuole, but the stable one. Anyway, they needed to be at the planet to use that portal.
They were using the crust of their planet as the method of controlling a method to create portals. They had to use their planet's crust because it was the only one in the galaxy reflective enough to bounce the signals off of, or something weird like that.
Yeah, the crust of the planet contained something that worked as like
the inside of their planet was crystalline.
Yeah,
and
that
their
worked
planet
as a
didn't have
catalyst to amplify the signal.
Their planet didn't have geoactivity the way Earth does. The entire core was a ball of crystal.
Which makes you wonder other things, but
yeah, like no, not going there. I'm not going there. They're not going to talk science. Rachel, do you have time for one more? Rachel's got time for one more. All right. What do I feel like doing?
But Voyager had a few very nice technological, like, tricks that they showed us that, was for the problem of the week or the shortcut of the week, you know.
Like there's one episode where they have an alien race who actually has as a job in their race getting rid of spatial anomalies, like actually like blowing up spatial anomalies.
A lot of Voyager's like problems stemmed from having their technology or not having a technology. And sometimes there was rogue technology. A lot of the Voyager dilemmas were that for the week. And I really like that about Voyager. You learn so much about the science of that universe.
No, you won't.
Right?
You will not. I promise that is not science. That is gobbledygook.
Oh, okay. The so-called science of
You
that
will
universe.
get word salad with sciencey sounding things. Technobabble.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay. But it works for them. And that's basically with every movie.
The vacuoles, we never actually found out where the planet was with those. Voyager, with the subspace vacuole thing, they found a planet with a ring system that had a strange energy pattern in the ring system. And the subspace vacuoles were popping in and out of existence in that planet's ring system. It wasn't a form of proper travel, it was just something that these people had been using as a way to basically bury corpses. They were basically burying corpses by throwing them into subspace vacuoles, and they would pop out in the rings of this planet.
Wow. Wow.
This was the episode with Element 247, because for some unknown reason, the corpses of the members of this alien race would have Element 247 in their corpse after they were dead, but not when they were alive.
That was Harry.
That was a very Harry Kim-centered episode, because Harry Kim got to be the perspective character because he ended up going to the alien homeworld that was someplace other than the solar system where Voyager was.
Oh, Satali wants Elnor on her team. That's actually...
good choice.
Yeah, it is a good choice.
Romulan Special Forces, always good.
Alright. Me? I want to recruit The Rock.
Well, he was in an episode. You can.
The People's Champion, yes. Or
You
Pandari Champion, sorry.
You are absolutely able to recruit him for your team.
I actually have a copy of his card from the TCG.
TCG?
Believe it or not, I got a copy of the card from the Star Trek card game before I actually saw the Voyager episode that he was in.
Cliff, yes, you absolutely can post that link in chat. Go for it. We're going to change up the team on the next one, so if you would like to join us and you haven't been in one yet, let me know. Dante wants to come in for one. And we haven't had Drunken Heretic joining us this evening.
Yeah, my connection's not the greatest tonight.
Okay. Yeah, a couple people have said that tonight.
I mean, my location, we're having stormy weather, so that's affecting my connection somewhat. I actually had my internet drop twice today because of it.
As I was saying earlier, my phone was telling me that my internet was out. My computer was telling me it was fine. Then everything reset to Pacific Standard Time, which was a bit surprising.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Yeah, the Subspace Vacuoles episode is interesting because they don't actually tell you what planet those guys were on or even where their homeworld was.
No, could have been anywhere.
Because like the fact that it's like some sort of weird subspace portal thingy makes me question whether or not it's even three-dimensional space.
Well, it is three-dimensional space, but it makes me question if it's still in our reality, our universe, and not like some alternate mirror universe or Confederation universe that he gets teleported to. Because that is all a possibility still. Like, the planet could have been in the exact identical position, but not, like, reachable.
Well, one thing to remember is that TNG and Voyager both spent a significant amount of time playing with the idea of space being non-three-dimensional, and thus you can have layers of space that are above or below what we normally think of as three-dimensional space.
So Talia, I
Yeah.
got mine today, so you'll get it. You're only.
But that would
Ooh.
have blown Harry Kim's mind if he'd
No.
gone four-dimensional space.
Well, Voyager did have episodes where they dealt with subspace pockets, which were basically mini universes that were outside normal three-dimensional space. Like the whole Renovation Team Nova thing and the subspace sinkhole was a pocket dimension that actually had a fully functional solar system in it. It's just that getting in and out of it was, shall we say, challenging at best.
Problematic. Yep, so Talia, I agree. Martok on the team.
I suppose the Vindorians would be out too, for
Which
the
ones?
same reason as Changelings.
Which ones?
Vindorians.
Yeah.
Keep fighting, but I heard he blew up all of the enemies. We'll find more.
Come on. You're not gonna stop us.
An evacuation ship is launching.
Rock tack?
That's one of the characters from Prodigy, isn't it?
Ah, thank you.
Let's see.
Prodigy's one of those things that I look at it and I'm like, I just, my brain just wants to say that it's a new IP completely unconnected from Star Trek. I mean, okay, it has Janeway in it, but you know, other than that.
Yeah, it's if you like it, great. Enjoy it. I'm sorry, say again?
Orange is the new black.
Orange is the new black. That's got Janeway on it too, but doesn't count.
Well, I mean, because like me, I'm a big fan of this old thing called Titan AE, which was kind of
Titan AE. Yeah.
Planet Bob.
It was kind of like a one-off IP where they made one movie and like that was it.
Oh, yeah, I remember
that movie was actually a product of 2D and 3D being mixed together to make it, and the cost so much that we didn't get more, because didn't that thing cost the studio to go like nearly bankrupt?
Oh, wow. I remember it vaguely for its numbers being just awful, but I can look it up.
Yeah, but that movie was great. The story was great.
Anyways,
it was a little lackluster to keep the standard viewer interested. You have to be a real sci-fi fan.
It grossed $37 million against a budget of 75 to 90 million.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is unfortunate.
Owie, owie, owie.
Anyways, the reason why I was bringing it up is the writing in Star Trek Prodigy feels more like that than Star Trek Voyager.
I have to say though, Titan AE was amazing.
Oh, I'm not saying it was bad. I was just saying that that's what Prodigy reminded me of.
Yeah. But like, I think that Titan AE was mostly responsible for the end of the Don Bluth era of cartoons.
Right.
Anyways, another sci-fi series, but not an animated one, that Prodigy reminded me a lot of was, dang it, I can't. Space Cases.
Yeah.
It was this old thing on Nickelodeon that was a low-budget sci-fi show that was kind of like Star Trek for kids, honestly. even though none of the characters in the show are actually children, they're in universe late teens because they're old enough to join that universe's equivalent of Starfleet. Then they get lost in space in some spaceship they don't know the name of.
I'll be right back.
No problems.
Because this is a weird alien ship that no one had seen before that docked at a spaceport for reasons no one understood at the time. And then all of these kids are like, huh, I wonder what's up with that. And then go around looking inside the ship, and then it leaves with all of them on board it.
Oh, that's always a fun premise. Taz, what were you saying?
Was asking if we're gonna queue for one more.
Yes, we're going to queue for one more, except Graz said he had to step away for a moment, so I'm waiting for him to get back.
I got to step away for the rest of the night, so you guys have a good one.
You too. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure to have you on board.
But yeah, it's like the premise of Prodigy reminded me of Space Cases quite a lot.
Taz, do you have one you want to do for our last one out?
Is it the last one?
Well, yeah, I'm going to let the dogs out at 9.
Okay. Then... Eeny, miny, schmo. Days of Doom? No. Let's do Cure Count.
We're not doing Days of Doom. We did Borg Disconnected. No Days of Doom.
Leviathan?
We did Leviathan. Yeah. If Graz joins us, otherwise we will need to... We have to do this as a private because we've got Dante here and he's running on a KDF ship, so...
I don't see a problem with that.
Okay, just wait for him to get back. Assuming he comes back. If not, we'll need to find some poor soul who wants to join us. Cliff has posted some links for some Jerry Goldsmith music. Yeah, go ahead and log in, Cliff. Jump in before Grosbitz gets back and we'll grab you instead.
Too late.
Oh, you're back?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and get him.
Pardon?
Go ahead and... I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Cliff, get your butt in here and I will send you the invite. Which phasers does the Excelsior class have? That's a question from Chosen. Omar Hawkman.
I don't know. Like which kind of phasers, huh?
No, your comment there about, hey, not all the KDF are Klingons, some of them are actually smart. Thanks.
Well, I mean, like, but my first KDF character is an Orion pirate, so, you know.
Female?
No.
Cliff, are you in game and I'm just not seeing you? Or is it taking a moment to log in?
The Excelsior would have Type 8 phaser emitters and dual phaser bank.
Patrick is asking for some help over in regular chat, so let's see if we can give him a hand here. He has a T6 coupon. I don't see that's being a problem, but okay.
Looking at the visual on the Excelsior phaser, though, I get this feeling it's the TNG visual, but an earlier typing. So, being Type 8.
Ah, there you are, Cliff. Okay. Oops. All right, here we go. Invitation is sent, Cliff. There you go. And Taz has requested, what did you want? Leviathan?
Yeah.
Okay. Is pulse phasers close enough? Pulse phasers are amazing. Go pulse phasers.
Pulse phasers are amazing, but the closest thing, I guess, would be the fleet phasers, maybe, or just the regular old phasers, because of the unbroken visual. That's still not like super hot. You can maybe get away with agony.
Agony are good too. Oops, no. Let's go there.
But pulse phasers is more Wrath of Khan Miranda class.
Destroy them all. There is a Terran dreadnought escaping in the center lane.
Which one am I in? Oh, I'm over there. Okay. Actually, Elite, that would be a fun thing to ask people at, like, Trek conventions. Because we've had entire rooms arguing about who's the most badass character in game at any one time. And so, depending on who's in the crowd, you'll have everybody going with really weird but interesting choices. Yes, I know, girls. Janeway Riker. I don't know that Janeway Riker would be that.
I'm thinking, right? 8 people under my command.
Yep. Any 8, with the exception you can't do an Odo, you can't do a Data, and you can't do a hologram.
Oh, so I have to get rid of Odo and Data?
Yeah. No.
Well,
we didn't get them either.
Like, I was going for any unknown mission, right? So I'm like, okay, I want somebody to infiltrate. That's got to be Odo.
Yeah,
I want somebody that's physically strong, but also smart enough. Data.
Nope. Nobody.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll come up with other people. Ooh, I'm gonna get betrayed if I do that.
No, Satalia, he may not have said lore, but lore was inferred.
Yeah, no, if you can't have Data, you can't have lore, and you can't have B4. You can't have just a Zoom-type mining android either.
Okay, can I have Rock then?
No. Oh, you can have Rock, yeah. Oh, was he a machine?
He was one of the Andromedan androids.
Oh, yeah, then no, you can't have him.
So you can't have an exocomp either?
Oh. Yeah, but what could an exocomp do?
Well, I mean, come on.
I mean, think of it, I would say an exocomp would be a tool versus
is a portable replicator unit that can replicate any tool.
Peanut hamper, yeah, peanut hamper would be good. But think of that as a tool rather than as a team member.
Well, I mean, it's an
Well, since they're
AI
a
controlled.
sentient species, according to TNG, I have to respect them as such as a character rather than a tool. Right?
Yeah,
And that
goes
was
to
the whole point of the episode.
It goes in the same category as Moriarty.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that would be a good one too. Oh. No. Oh, which one is it? No, the regular one. The regular one.
Getting back to Patrick, he's asking for input on the Awani, I think. Let's see. Oh. Is the flagship staffing better than the emergency weapons cycle? Talia wants Badgie. Stabby Badgie, not Goody Badgie.
Use of Badgie in war is considered a war crime.
Piffly poofle poffle. Next thing you're going to be telling us is we can't have moopsies in battle.
You can't have Moopsie in battle.
Of course.
Okay, see, you are allowed to use Moopsie, but you're not allowed to have it drink your enemy's bones.
But Mom, I want to drink my enemy's bones.
What is Gary the Grey doing?
I'm sorry, say that again, Taz.
Gary the Grey. Is that random or a team member?
Oh, that's Rachel. This was a private queue, so there's no random involved.
Oh yeah, did I tell you guys that I figured out how to avoid having your team members get stuck on the doors in the Axiom mission?
Get stuck on the doors. Sorry, that was a joke.
Well, what I figured out is that having your character walk up to the door, facing the door, then turn around and walk backwards through the door actually seems to prevent your bridge officers from getting stuck in the doorway most of the time.
Most of the time.
For some reason, the way that the pathing works, it just doesn't get stuck as often that way.
Rachel, we were still in the same party. We hadn't broken up yet. That's why you got dragged into it. Oh, snargly bargly argles. Keep dying.
Oh, here's a fun one for you. One of my runs of Axiom, on normal difficulty, I almost had a team wipe. Care to guess why?
Why?
I threw down an agony field generator in one of the Aetherians mind controlled it.
An agony generator got mind controlled?
Yeah.
That's a neat trick.
That's a thing that you'll see the Aetherian use, is that they'll actually take control of constructs you place.
Yeah, but that's not a construct. That's a piece of equipment. If data doesn't count for a pilot, would Paris be a clear choice? I don't know. Paris has got too much ego. I don't want him as my pilot.
But like phaser turrets, it'll take control of those too sometimes. It's kind of random how often it happens and when it happens. But on that particular one, it's grabbed one of my agony field generators.
That is weird.
But like, it's an actual power the enemies have that they created. It's kind of like how that psychic mind trick thing works that the salt vampires have, except that it only works on turrets and stuff like that.
Well, Elite, if you're going to worry about a pilot, then you've got to set your scenario where having a pilot with exceptional skills is important versus having a pilot who's good enough.
Now, how about the a Trill lady that was helping Riker pilot the Enterprise E in Insurrection?
The Trill lady.
I don't remember what her name was. It's a minor character that they had in the movie for all of about 5 minutes, I think.
Wow. I've seen that movie a lot, and I still don't remember the character.
See, it's like when Picard and the others beam down to the planet, they have a bunch of other people that aren't normally bridge crew.
Right.
And this was one of them.
Cal, Herrera?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I remember the name.
The actress that played her passed away.
Oh.
A little while, within the past 5 years, I believe.
That's too bad.
Okay, here's my list.
Okay. Quirk, excellent choice. I don't know exactly why, but other than totally gonna get you the winning scenario as long as it's profitable. O'Brien. Wesley.
I think he counts as a super alien.
Oh, not in most senses.
No, I'm just like, Wunderkind fixes everything.
Yeah, okay, that's a good argument. Bradward Boimler. Interesting choice. What season?
Yep, he won't quit. He won't quit until he gets that perfect score against the Borg.
Okay, that's really a good point. Hoshi?
Not
gonna
Gotta have a good translator. I contemplated Uhura, but I'm like, no, Hoshi has that natural affinity to learn languages without a universal translator. That's going to be
Uhura would actually seem to be rather
interesting if
bad.
I have to decode something from an ancient language. Tom Paris, because need a pilot.
Yeah,
Scotty, because
no,
I
you
need an
don't.
engineer.
I disagree. I don't think you need a pilot. As long as somebody can basically steer a ship around, you're good.
Yeah, but
Chosen? No, it has to be canon characters. You can't use your Stowe characters.
No, but Tom Paris, I need somebody to fly the ship. I'm going with Tom Paris. He's also, kind of savvy, so he's going to be handy in a bind. You can really rely on him. And Scotty as an engineer, because I
totally
just
agree with Scotty on the engineer. I think Scotty can figure out a way to make anything happen.
And 7 of 9 as my first officer and most senior staff member, because I totally trust her judgment.
So Elite says, I think you can get away with no pilot for the away team questions. I agree. You could probably program the ship for basic functionality.
Yeah, I can get away with the no pilot if it's a ground thing away team. But, Tom Paris is a reliable crew member in that case still. He's a smooth talker. He can help Quark get anything that they want.
Chosen says, I don't know any good crew members that are canon.
Deal.
What do you mean you don't know any good crew members that are canon? It doesn't have to be crew. It just has to be anything. You can have fun.
Yeah, heck, it could be Redshirt number 4 that got vaporized in the original series.
Yeah, no, you could go with Jadzia Dax for just the lifetime of experience that officer would bring to the table.
Good point.
Or Esri Dax.
Esri Dax was
not so much Esri. I feel that Jadzia was more firmly in her shoes as a character, and Esri was kind of a bit shaky at points, right?
Yeah, just because she was younger. Oh, we have to go get the left line yet.
Much younger, but also not as Klingon as Jadzia.
Yeah, Jadzia was a good Klingon.
And Jadzia can wield the bat'leth, right? There's pros to certain choices.
Okay,
and
one of the Ethereans just
would be better than Curzon.
took control of the explosive. What was I think from again? Something in Star Trek Enterprise. It's an explosive drone pet we have as an option in the game. I just had one of those get hijacked by the Ethereans.
Well, maybe don't use those.
Well, you see, that would have me completely reset up my bridge officer team for this. Can't do that. That's too much time and effort.
The Duras sisters. Oh, whoa, yeah.
Oh, that would be fun, yes.
Yeah. Satalia's argument is they can distract the enemy with their boob windows.
That's not true. That
yeah, they could.
Which one was it? I think it's only Bator that can do that because she's considered the pretty one. And Lursa is like more. If you look at their faces, if you look at them side by side, you can actually tell that whoever's under that all that makeup, that one is cuter than the other. And
cute.
I have the trading card game cards, and part of the lore on the cards is like for Bator, she's like the pretty one.
Wait, says they have faces?
Yeah, they have faces.
Oh, that's
and if you look
very well done, Elite.
You'll see that one is cuter than the other. So when the Decipher ink cards actually put that on the lore text that one of them is considered the pretty one, I was just like holding those cards next to each other, going, "Yep, I can see it. I can see it."
Hi, Pi, and thank you. It's been an interesting couple of days, I'll tell you that.
I actually, for a moment, contemplated Roga Danar.
Check your Facebook, Pi.
Like, Roga Danar, the man who beat Data. But then again, that's like putting Khan on your team.
A little bit, yeah.
I want the A team.
Well, you may be able to get Starbuck if you're lucky.
A team.
A team.
Face BA.
Starbuck
No.
by Dirk Benedict, who was also on the A team. So
yes,
I'm like, yeah, you can get Starbuck.
Actually, Dwayne Shorts, the guy that played Barkley.
Oh God, yeah.
He was on the A team.
Yes, he was. He's a phenomenal actor. I've seen him in quote real movies. He's really good. Of course, George Peppard is George Peppard.
I wouldn't put Geordie or Barclay on any ship that has a holodeck. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like,
Becky Midnight has bridge crew: Riker for captain, 7 of 9 first officer, Hoshi for comms, Jadzia ops, Erica Ortega navigation, Scotty for engineering, and Tasha for tactical, Spock for sciences. But this is an away team thing, Becky. It's not just a replacement bridge crew. Yeah. This is a team that we're thinking about taking into a firefight. Well, yeah, it's a solid crew, but I don't know. I think Riker and 7 would be kind of redundant. You could have one or the other and have a great job done.
And with my away team, I would have, like, if I'm on ground, the drag factor is Scotty, right? But everybody else can pretty much hold their own on ground.
Oh, Elite, sorry, I didn't see that later question. My apologies then, Becky.
And yeah, Quark might be a bit of a coward, but that still leaves me with 6 out of 8 people that I can take to a ground mission. If it's a space mission, though, I can use everybody but Quark. Most probably. Unless I need him to make a deal with the captain of the other ship, right? And that covers all my bases. And I'm considering that I will be the captain. And that's why 7 of 9 is my first officer.
Well, talk to you guys later.
Yep, I'm going
Guys,
to talk
what's
to you
up?
guys later too because I am going to go do dog stuff. Nickel Cardinal. Yeah, take him as your pilot. All right, I'm out of here, folks. Is there anybody who want to go raid? Let's see who's out there. Yeah, right, Mom. Put on the right buttons. That button
here's
there,
a question.
Mom. Yes.
Have you guys managed to kill the duplicate Grindet Bexes that you have in that first time when they're standing next to the sides of the room and seemingly undamageable? Because I've noticed that a lot of effects will hit them, but they don't seem to actually take damage from anything.
I don't know that I've killed them. Ooh, let's see. We've got a lot of people on tonight. We're going to go raid the Great Cornholio because we have not raided him in a long time. He's been on for 5 hours. He needs a raid. And you should be happy they're doing something Borg. It looks a little bit like Borg Disconnected.
Yes, the Great Cornholio.
All right, we are rating them. So on behalf of the Darkmom Consortium, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go let the dogs out. Because, they need that. And I will talk to you all in the morning. So have a great one, everybody. Take care.
Have a good night, Mom.
Thanks. Bye-bye.